Yo, we in the game, talking number stakes high. Knowledge and skill, like a bird we fly. Analyzing stats, we don't just guess. Betting on the win, you know we're blessed. Just the bet slips, we keep it real. Breaking down the odds, you know the deal. Just the bet slips, we're making plays. Informed decisions, we light up the ways. Chasing that victory, hit the big score. Join the community, we're here for more. Rolling with the punches, we look for the signs. Parlays and props, counting all the coins. Every podcast episode, we bring the heat. Strategies laid out, can't accept defeat. Tune into the wisdom, hear our call. In this betting world, we'll never fall. Just the bet slips, we're making plays. Informed decisions, we light up the ways. Chasing that victory, hit the big score. Join the community, we're here for more. On this gambling journey, we ride the bet. With just the bet slips, you ain't seen nothing yet.
What is going on, Josh? The Bet Slips family is Professor Parlay coming with Poolside Pat. We got the beginning of a new month, but we did end yesterday with a bang. Mostly thanks to Braxton Ashcraft, who we bet for the 750 Club at plus 900 at 9 strikeouts, but we also laddered him 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, which means we hit every single one of those. It brought Poolside Pat back to a respectable number, put me over the moon. All of us were very happy with it, so I hope a lot of you who were here tailed those bets because you made a decent amount of money if you did. But that being said, it's a new month. I did leave the records up for the end of the month just so you can see where everything finished, all the segments, all that stuff, just for today. And then tomorrow it'll be all fresh, brand new records with what we've got going from day forward, which I know Pat is looking forward to because he's a new month. That being said, I will go ahead and get into the thing that keeps us from getting sued, which is the disclaimer. Number one, we are not professional gamblers, and this show is for fun and entertainment purposes only. Please gamble responsibly and at your own risk. Do not gamble more than you can afford. Only bet what you can afford to lose. And lastly, gambling can be addictive, so please seek help. If you need it, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Again, we're not professional gamblers. We try to give you as much stats as possible and give you some good bets, but this is not what we do for a living. This is for fun and entertainment purposes only. We try to keep it fun while still giving you decent bets. Definitely gamble responsibly, which is what we all exercise here. Set a budget every month. Make sure we stay within that budget. That's what keeps us, when we have bad months, from getting out of control. And then lastly, if you do end up finding yourself getting out of control, call 1-800-GAMBLER because it can be addictive, so please seek help if you need it. Lastly, we're not affiliated with or sponsored by any specific sports book, but as always, we are affiliated with Nevin Eyewear.
Yes, sir.
I was rocking them all day at Busch Gardens. Me and Peter King both were. These are be long points. Love them. If you use our code in our link tree on X, you can get a discount for either 30% off one pair. So if you're going to buy a prescription pair, which they do offer as prescription sunglasses, I would say use that 30% off. If you're not getting prescription, use the buy one, get two free. You'll get 3 pair for less than right around $90. Either way, you're going to get free shipping because anything over $50 you're going to get free shipping on. They are polarized, and they also cover them if they're lost, scratch, damage. They're also offering a free gift right now if you order with them. So check out Nevin. We love them. As I said, I say it all the time. We all own them. We're all ordering more. I haven't gotten a bad pair yet. So it's funny because Peter King went to the bank the other day, and the teller was like, "Where'd you get those sunglasses?" So he's starting to get compliments.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so he's actually starting to get compliments on it. So, and of course, we sent them straight to the same link that we send you to because we want you to be able to get that discount. And it also lets them know that we sent you. And it's been a great relationship with them, so we want to keep it going with Nevin Eyewear. We are not affiliated with a sports book. We've always said that. However, we are affiliated with something that is very similar to a sports book, which is Plavo. As you can see, we ended the month at plus 4.28 units on the best bet last month. Plavo basically is a challenge system, and you buy a package ranging from $30 all the way up to $500, depending on what kind of bankroll you're going for. If you buy the $30 package, use that code GTBS on any of these packages, you get 10% off. If you buy the $30 package, you'll get it for $27 with that code. You'll get a $1,000 bankroll to bet with. And the first challenge that you have to complete is to get to 10% profit before getting to 10% losses. If you complete challenge 1, you move on to challenge 2, which is to get to 15% profit before getting 10% losses. Once you complete both of those challenges, you move to the funded stage where you can cash out up to 70% of profit up to that point and going forward. There is another challenge system, which is also known as the Blitz system, which is just a one challenge system. Same price, same bankroll. You just have to get to 25% profit before getting 10% losses, and then you move on to the funded stage. Either way, it's not an easy thing to do because you do have to continuously make good bets every single day, but it's a good way to try to turn a small bankroll into a larger bankroll. And it's kind of risk-free outside of the $30 that you spend, or $500 depending on what you can afford. There are other rules, regulations, stipulations such as minimum amounts of bets per round, things like that. Check out playvote.com and check out the 2-minute tutorial. It'll explain it much better than I did. But if you're looking for a best bet of the day, I am going with Joe Ryan for 7+ strikeouts at plus 115. He's hit this in 3 straight games. He's gone 9, 9, and 7. He's facing the White Sox, who are 27th in strikeouts. They're averaging just over 9 strikeouts per game. So I am going to go with Joe Ryan, 7+ strikeouts, and getting it plus money to start the month. Was really looking for a plus money bet to start this month. So we really like Joe Ryan here at 7+ strikeouts.
Who are they playing? Is he still a Twin?
Yeah, he's a Twin. They're facing the White Sox. And without Baby Shohei in that lineup is they already strike out a lot. Without him in that lineup, it's just kind of like the other day. We were betting Braxton, and we kept saying Byron Buxton would be the one problem. Well, Byron Buxton didn't play, which is why he ended up with 11 strikeouts in that game. So I think there's going to be a very similar type of thing today. I think he probably gets to like 9 strikeouts, but 7 felt like a good number, especially at plus money.
Yep.
Moving on, we have the marquee matchup of the day. Love this. At least I love Soriano. Freeland might be the one you're sweating, but
What's that?
I said I love Soriano for sure.
Yeah, no, I figured. Yeah, again, I mean, I'll get to my. It's not. I've kind of dumbed down my decree that I wanted to say. It's not too crazy. It is something I'm going to try to make sure I do this month, though. But when it comes to the marquee matchup, first of all, there wasn't a lot to pick from today.
That's fair.
So I did end up going with a safe guy in Soriano. He's missed 6 strikeouts only 4 times in the year, and he's at 7+ 6 times. So that's a tongue twister if you say that too fast. So he's one of the better strikeout artists in the game. That is for sure. And Freeland, as you are aware, is facing, obviously, the Angels, who strike out 9.48 times a game. Still the worst in the bigs by like 0.2. So that's where the heat comes in. And if you look at him, he's hit so he's in a later bet, which is going to give it away. I'm going to give that away right now. But he's hit 4 strikeouts in 7 out of 10 games. And I believe he did that 3 times in May. And one of the games in May, he had 7 strikeouts. So this is a guy who is not known to be a strikeout guy. I'm just saying that right now. A lot later on in the show, I will need him to get 4, but I'm hoping he's hit 6 twice on the season. Both of those times, or the 7 strikeout game in May came on 4 1/3 innings. That was against your Braves, which he ultimately lost. But then, which doesn't surprise me. And then the other game, he threw 5 innings and had 6 strikeouts. So he's certainly capable of it. And against a team that strikeouts as much as the Angels do, that's kind of why I paired these two, because you're not really worried about Soriano, but you're worried about Freeland. But I think the fact that he's done it against good teams, and now he's facing a team that strikeouts at the clip that the Angels do, I thought it was a perfect first marquee matchup for June, and it's not at a bad price.
Honestly, anybody who faces the Angels has a chance to get the 6 strikeouts. And like you said, he has done it a few times, and he has done it because the Braves don't strike out a lot, and he got it against the Braves.
Yeah, 5 innings, I think he can do it.
Yeah, as long as the problem is his biggest issue is he has a tendency to give up a lot of runs early. Like I think his last time he gave up 8 runs in like 4 innings. That's the only thing that you run into. The Angels are a decent lineup, but they're not a lineup that you expect to run that many runs out early on. So I think he can get to 5 innings, and if he does, he should have a chance at 6 strikeouts.
Yep.
Shout out to NXT, and we appreciate that. I hope you also followed that Ashcraft ladder because I know you were asking us yesterday. So hopefully I got some of that to make some bets today. But that is the marquee matchup. It ended down last month, but that's all right. It's a new month. We're going to start off fresh. And
just missed yesterday, too. Just missed.
Yeah, and I know when I was doing your records this morning, I looked, I was like, oh, that was close.
He had 65 pitches, and he had a shutout, and they took him out.
Yep.
Talk about analytics.
That's been happening to me a lot this year, and I don't understand the coaching this year. But
yeah, seriously.
That being said, we'll move on to I'm the only one with the only long balls right now. I'm going because of Freeland. I am taking Mike Trout at plus 10. And he also, I'm going to pull it up because I forgot to write it down because I was in a hurry. But he does have decent history against Freeland, which, to be honest, a lot of people could say that.
A lot of people do,
yeah.
The Rockies.
Let's see. He is 2 for 9 with a home run versus Freeland. So he does have a home run. The wind's blowing out 10 miles an hour. That's another thing that I was looking at. I was trying to decide between Trout and Soler. I put mine Trout. That's kind of funny. But I went with Mike Trout. I'm trusting him today. If he gets a hold of one, he can hit one 450. And 450 is right around what you need to hit the long ball on Fanatics. So that is the one long ball of the day. I am sure that Petey King, he is planning on coming in. I think he gets off around 4:45. Hopefully he's coming in from the ride. He might have his to give us today. I know he's not betting Vinny Pasquantino because he may be making the list pretty soon. He has been letting us down constantly. Now, in fairness, we're betting him for home runs, but I will say yesterday I was a little mad at myself because for my DraftKings Grand Slam, I took Abrams and I took Woods as my parlay. I should have switched that and put Woods as my long. He didn't hit the Grand Slam, but he definitely hit a home run. And I should have just put Abrams in the parlay. But, it is what it is. It was still a good – I can't complain about anything that happened after hitting the ladder bet yesterday. I mean, that was like 16 units or something by itself. But that being said, we'll move on to the 750 Club. Now, Pat's not going to like this one. There's a lot of legs to this thing. And I'm going to give you the disclaimer. Because it's a lot of legs, even though all of these are likely to hit, there's always one that can mess it up. But we are going WNBA. I took one player from every game today in the WNBA slate. I took one player from every game. We're running this 6-legger up. So we're going to start with Paige Bucher's 20-plus points. She's hit this in 5 of 8, 4 of her last 6, 3 of her last 4. She's been coming on pretty strong as of late with the 20-point games. Natasha Howard, 14-plus points. She's hit 14-plus in 6 of her last 7. Sonia Citron, who we bet in the last time I did a 750 Club, she hit that day. And she's hit it in 5 of her last 7. Alicia Gray is another one I bet in that bet at 16 points. She hit it that day. She's hit that in 6 of her last 7. Aja Wilson, this is like one of the lowest numbers you could take for Aja Wilson, to be completely honest with you. She averages like 25 or 26. She's hit 20 points in 6 straight games. She kind of is an automatic for 20 points. And then this last woman I've never actually heard of. She might be a rookie, to be clear. Carla Leet, 10-plus points. She's hit 10-plus in 6 of her last 7. And she's going to join a club that me and PD can talk about. I'm not going to bring it up, but it could be first team all something that rhymes with cash. But when I was going through the list, this game didn't have a lot to choose from. And then I saw her averages, and I was like, well, she shoots really well. I dropped 10 points. I literally dropped it as low as I could to still keep this bet at 750 is what I did. So 10 points was as low as I could take it. But she averages like 14 or 15, so 10 points is very low for her. We're getting this at plus 774. So, look, I know it's 6 legs. I know it's a long shot. Shout out to Catch 2.1.
What's up? What's up, Mike?
I appreciate you. Oh, you bet the 750 Club. It's even better. Hey, look, plus 900. We'll take it. But we're coming off the heels of getting a plus 900 yesterday with Ashcraft. So I felt a little spicy today. There wasn't a lot to bet on. So I was like, you know what? Let me throw out a WNBA bet. Let me take my favorite shooter from each game to get some points. So hopefully we get on the board with the win. But just know the disclaimer that 6-leggers are harder to hit. So bet it responsibly is all I'm saying. I personally still put a full unit on it because
I mean, I don't hate it. I mean, you kind of said everything. It's just risky, but at the same time, I mean, I I could be wrong, and hopefully Python eventually, shout out to Python, eventually will come back in with his WNBA stuff. I mean, I'm not sure if it's necessarily easy to bet it, and I don't want to just disparage the great work that the research that you and he has done. But I feel like it's almost like, I don't really know how I'm trying to say this, but you kind of know who's going to get what for the most part.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hey.
Yeah, I mean, for the most, like you
Fun
have one-offs, which is what ends up killing six-leggers like this, where the guy, like somebody like Alicia Gray, for example, who almost never not gets 16 points. She could have just an off day, shoot 12 points, and that's usually what kills something like this.
Yeah.
But we're just betting these people to do what they do every single day. And like you said, for the most part in WNBA, there's not that huge like volatility that you have in the NBA, where it's one day they shoot 25, the next day shoot 10.
Yeah.
Like for the most part, they're around the same number every game.
And I kind of figured out what I was trying to say. It's like, and this is not a knock on the ladies. I just want to make that clear. But like in the NBA, you know, the third, fourth guy on a team one night can very much easily outscore the number two, you know, guy, right? Like the talent is just there. And again, not saying that there's not talent in WNBA. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is the stars of the WNBA, like the role players on WNBA teams compared to NBA is a little bit different. Like you're not seeing the third or fourth lady on a WNBA team, you know, outscoring the number one shooter on that team on any given night. Like, it's more rare than it is in the NBA.
You're not getting CJ McCollum for 50 points, is what you're.
Thank you. That's exactly what I'm saying.
But
you're not getting the Alex Caruso. We'll just go back to the last one.
Bam Adebayo putting up 80 points.
Yeah, exactly. That's not happening in the WNBA, and it's just the whole, which is a credit to the stars of the WNBA. The stars are the stars for a reason.
Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah.
And you know, look, it is what it is. I thought about doing it a little different and betting wins, but I actually have better luck hitting these players than I do them winning, because that is the one thing that is volatile. Is the best teams are the best teams, but like any given day, those teams can lose to the worst team, and it's usually and sometimes that'll be a blowout, and you're like, how in the world did the Aces lose to the Sky by 15 when they were favored by 20? Like,
yeah.
That does happen in the WNBA. So betting the teams is a lot harder to do to me than the betting points for specific players, especially if you dumb down some of them like Wilson and Leet. Both of those I dropped 6-7 points to get it here, which is why I went 6 legs, because I wanted to make most of these kind of safe. The only one that is kind of right on the line is Page and Citron, but both of those have been consistently doing it. So that's what we're going with. So hopefully we get on the board and start off with a win for the month. We close the month with a win. So let's start the new month with a 750 Club win. That being said, we'll move on. I know all we have is left is the tabletops and last call, and then hopefully we'll get a PD King coming in from the car.
Yeah, it should be coming up soon. Yeah.
With that being said, it is green. It is soft. It is plushy. It is tabletop.
Bang. All right. So first, I just want to get out. So it's not really rocket science. Basically, my decree is I'm going to be smarter. That doesn't mean I'm not going to have well over 100 bets at the end of the month. I'm not saying that, because if I like something and I want to go crazy, I'm going to go crazy. That's just what I do. But what I am going to do is kind of like I was almost jokingly doing at the end of last month. I'm going to do them semi-seriously. Is I see, when we get to the records, we'll see what the records ended up. I mean, you killed it. Everybody but me, really. I mean, I had a good last day, just to toot my own horn a tad bit, but that was also because of what we talked about on the show. That's neither here nor there. What I'm saying is I'm going to kind of follow the leads of the professors, the PD Kings, even the C Moneys, the Gens, and kind of craft picks based off of what has, at least last month, worked. I do vow I don't have like super in-depth analysts for a lot of these picks today, but I do vow just for myself to start doing way more, getting way more intel on these bets. And I guess really my decree is just to kind of not really flip on its head how I've been doing things, but to do things differently because I want to give out good picks. I want people. I don't want to be the guy who's like, well, if you faded me, you would have won. Like that's great and gets a good laugh, but I want to win too. I'm winning on the side. I'm also going to really try and make sure that I put the bets that I have been winning on the side and make sure I get them on the tabletop. So that's kind of what's happening. It's not really anything too crazy. I kind of overhyped it, but that's just what I'm going to do. I'm not going to go too crazy. I very rarely will have more than like 10 bets on a day. That I can say for sure. But I will amass more than 100 bets. I just hope it's not 100 losses. I'll say that. But that being said, I'll get to my picks. As you can see, I kind of went the PD King route today. So just because, again, there wasn't too much to bet on, and these I liked a lot. And the way I did it was the money lines were minus 160 or better. So it was like, for example, the Angels were minus 205 against the Rockies. And then the Dodgers and Rays were both 160s. One was 167 and one was minus 163. So I took heavy favorites and then paired them with the strikeouts. So kind of my shtick, PD King shtick, kind of combining them together. So Griffin Jax, this is the one that I'm personally going to be sweating the most. I didn't realize this because I've been playing a lot of the show, and he's like he was last year. He's a closer by trade. Like he's been primarily reliever / closer for the Rays, and but they, with the injury to Pepio at the beginning of the year, Ryan Pepio.
Yep.
They have decided to kind of try to, give Jax a hand at being a starter, and he does have the stuff for it, obviously. But looking at his season thus far, he hasn't gone more than he hasn't gone more than 5 innings pitched on the season. A lot of appearances, a lot of 1 innings, 2 innings, less than an inning. But in May, they certainly ramped it up a little bit. Going 2 2/3, 4 innings, 5 innings, 5 innings, and then a 2-inning start last against the Orioles. That actually might not have been a start, if I'm being honest, but it has been every 5 days. So I think he has been used either in a complete starting role, like in those 5-inning games, or as a start, or as a, what do they call it, bullpen game type thing. But just looking at this, I mean, 5 Ks. So I'm trying to get 5 strikeouts out of him. He's hit that twice this season, including one where he only threw 2 innings. So what that tells me is that he has the stuff to get this done. And 2 starts ago, he had 5 innings with 6 Ks. So he has the stuff. He's a great closer, but I am sweating it because I don't know how long he's going to go. Emmett Sheehan, 5 Ks. This one seems, I don't know why or how the odds are what they are. I guess probably the money line aspect of it all. But Sheehan is a guy who can easily touch 5 strikeouts. I mean, he has games of obviously 6, 10, 8. His last start was 8 in 6 innings. It was against the Rockies. Playing the Diamondbacks, who admittedly do not strike out very much as a team. Only 7.5 strikeouts per game are the Diamondbacks. But I think 5 was a good compromise to get it to that 122. Then our guy Soriano, 7 Ks and Angels money line. I mean, it's the Rockies, and he's going to get 7. It's just a matter of the Angels winning. Cards parlay hit yesterday. It was very cool to be in the building for that. Really quick, the tarps off section. I didn't know. So I was up really high in the left field. I was like right behind the foul pole, and I didn't realize that as long as you have a ticket to the game, you're allowed to just go to the tarps off section, and you don't have to take off your shirt. But obviously, it's just a bunch of college kids. So there was some elder gentlemen like myself, and even older, but it was mostly college kids, younger kids. There was a smell. It was beer and sweat, and But you know what? I found my way down there for the last inning. Really, really cool atmosphere. I would 100%. They stand for 9 innings. I can't do that. But I could do a couple innings, so that was fun. But hit yesterday, really early in the game, actually, my cards parlay. So I'm running it back. McGreevy 4+ Ks. He's done 5 out of 11 of his starts. 6. His last start, he had 6 Ks in 4 innings. So McGreevy certainly has the stuff as a Cardinals guy. I know he does. Been one of the brighter young prospects that the Cardinals have. And then I'm running back Walker. He hit this his first hit of the game yesterday in the first inning. 2+ hits, runs, RBIs. Hit an RBI single. And then Ivan Herrera, who's been on a tear as of late, hitting the ball well for 1+ hit, plus boosted that to plus 436. And then on the other side, 4 for 4. I'm probably going to stay away from 5 for 5 unless I absolutely love it. But 4 for 4 is a fun bet. Griffin Jacks, Sheehan, McGreevy, Freeland. So I didn't do Soriano because literally adding him didn't do anything to the odds. It stayed the same. So I'm hoping, bringing down Freeland from 6, I feel a lot better about. And obviously I like the other 3 for 4. And then my marquee. So thank you for letting me give my spiel, and I'm hoping for a better month in June.
All right, I'm just gonna tell you what I just did, right? Because I feel like to start off right, I've got to ride with you. So I made some changes, only a couple slight changes, but I have all 3 PDs put together.
Nice.
I have the Cardinals parlay. I did drop McGreevy to 3Ks just because I'm betting.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
And then what was it? Instead of 2+ hits, runs, RBIs, I just did 1 hit for Walker and 1 hit for Ivan, and I got plus 3,957 boosted to 47.49. So I pretty much covered your whole tabletop in one bet. It's not a 9-legger at 4,040. I put 5 dimes on it to win $25. Why not? Why not?
I'm gonna do that right now.
It was kind of funny just putting it together as you were talking about it. I was wondering to ride with you.
Let's get off to a good start.
That's right. I feel like there's going to be a better month for you, so I'm riding with it. I'm going to move on to mine. Again, it's kind of a dumbed-down version of what I normally do because it is a small day. But I also had to make some changes because I had Chase Burns bet heavily today, and then he got scratched. So we had to do some replacements. So we've got Landon Rump, 5+ strikeouts. He has hit 5+ in 9 of 11, 7 of the last 8. He has been kind of automatic for 5+ strikeouts. We've got Jacob DeGrom, 5+ strikeouts. He's hitting 5 of 7, and he's kind of self-explanatory too. He's also in a very good matchup today. And then lastly, we talked about Jose Soriano, 7+ strikeouts. He has hit 7. He's about 60 to 70% on 7+ strikeouts, but he's going against the Rockies. The Rockies, and they're terrible. Like, they're just not good. They're ranked 26, I think, in strikeouts. They strike out over 9 times per game. Soriano has a tendency to go deep in games. If he gets to 6 innings, he's 1,000% going to get 7. He might get to 10 if he goes 6 innings. And I got that at plus 200 on the dot. Then we have our hit parlay, which is Andrew. I'm always saying his name, Benedetti. Close enough. 1+ hit. He is 9 for 22 versus Joe Ryan lifetime, so he has a very good history against Joe Ryan. Freddie Freeman, 1+ hit. He is 10 for 17 versus Rodriguez. I don't think DraftKings is doing their Grand Slam bet today because I've checked it multiple times. I was going to do Freddie Freeman for the Grand Slam bet because he's 10 for 17 with a home run, but I just went with the hit since I couldn't do the Grand Slam bet. And then lastly, Randy Arozarena, who is 5 for 10 versus is it Manea?
Mm-hmm.
5 for 10. He's batting 500 versus him. All 3 of these guys have great hitting matchups against these pitchers, and I got this at plus 241. Looks like that was actually below the box, so you probably can't even see it. I got it at plus 241, and then obviously I have the Joe Ryan 7+ strikeouts at plus 115. Like I said, it's a very small day to start because there's not a lot to bet on today, but I feel good about the strikeouts. I feel good about the hits, so maybe we can just hit both of these. Start the month off as strong as we were last month. I will move on to my last calls. I've got a couple of them. I put Freeman on here and betting him for a home run, even if DK doesn't offer their Grand Slam thing, at plus 600 because I like his matchup today. I originally had Burns and Soriano at 8+ strikeouts, each at plus 395. Scratched that because Burns got scratched. If you want to bet it, you probably get better odds. Go Soriano 8 and Joe Ryan 7. You'll probably even get it better odds because I think Joe Ryan's plus money. And then I have a forget that dime home run parlay for today. We might start off the month at 242 units up. You never know. I'm taking Jorge Soler, Julio Rodriguez, and Kyle Tucker all to hit 1 home run. The one that's the most long shot on this board is Kyle Tucker because he has, 4 home runs on the year, I think. He's been struggling a little bit. But I pulled up my list today, and I'm going to pull it out now because I can't remember the exact numbers. Kyle Tucker against Rodriguez is got 2 home runs lifetime. He's only got 3 hits, but 2 of them are home runs, so I just need him to get a hold of one. Soler has very good numbers. Also, he is against Freeland. He's 5 for 16 with a home run. And then Julio Rodriguez, I've been betting him a lot lately. He's been turning it on. He's actually the second highest rated. He's 3 for 7 with a home run and against Manea. So he's got good history. Maybe we can get a plus 24,200 to start the day. Bet that responsibly. I appreciate that NXT. I'm hoping we can run it back and have another one just like we did last month. And at least we have a little bit of money from the 750 Club yesterday to put on that. But those are my last calls. I don't think there was any other last calls. Do you have one out there?
No, I think similarly to how we start off the. Look at Mike.
Hold up. It's put in the chat, which means we're betting it.
Correct. And Mike, if you want that 5, God. He didn't. I guess he did. You know what? Screw it. Mike, if you want that 5, let me know. And then same with Dan. Dan, you guys know how to get to me if you want to make that bet or need a cup of coffee or something. Just let me know. Okay, let me bet this. Oh, by the way, I did what you did with my bets, but then I added Joe Ryan.
All right, there you go. I like it.
It's like 6,000. Okay, Witt. And I just parlayed your 2. It could have been another 750 Club. It's like 795.
Let's go. All right, we got it.
Shout out to Mike. You're the man, Mike.
Shout out to the 30 people that came in with us going early. Appreciate you all.
True. And not usually doing it on Monday.
Right. We'll probably do more on Mondays during the summer, even though I may not be able to do it all the time because I know that PD King will be available a lot more. But
I don't know who any of these people play for. Caminero is
Witt is Kansas City, I can tell you that. I think Caminero is
he's a Ray.
Tampa Bay, maybe.
Wood and Weatherholt.
Yeah, Caminero is Tampa Bay. And James Wood is Nationals. I know that.
Yeah, not bad. Almost 3-1. I got it.
James Wood. Yep.
I like the name Sandlot Ballers bet.
I mean,
yeah, we almost hit his golf bet the last one Mike put in. So,
all right, so I hit that. You know what I do? I forgot I did put together another one that I meant to put on last call. It was a hit parlay guide just like this one. It was a 4-legger, but it's a little bit better. I was plus 354 that I boosted to 443. It is Spencer Torkelson, and then the same 2, Andrew Benintendi, Freddie Freeman, and then Shohei Ohtani. All 4 of those at plus 443. So that's another last call I meant to put on there. He said he uses bet. Appreciate it. I appreciate both of y'all coming in. That is the last call. I guess PD King got stuck at work a little bit longer than he anticipated. He may have some bets that come out on X, so make sure you check X out. Yeah. And there could be some bets coming out. Again, anybody who's watching, please follow us on X. We're giving away $50 to a random follower once we hit 500. I think we're like 40 away or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Sitting there. We got to get let's get the 35 away by the end of tomorrow. How about that?
And I've already said if we get to it by the end of the week, I will double it and give away 2 $50 gift cards. So make sure you're following us. Get your friends to follow us. Doesn't cost them anything, and you can win some free bets. Plus, we give our bets. We never are going to put a paywall up. It will always be free bets. You're not going to have a VIP to subscribe to. I don't care if I'm up 100 bets every month. I'm not going to ever charge anybody for these bets. So, get us there, and we also might have some more things that can come out. with some other companies that we can't talk about until we get there, but it could be some more stuff for you all once we get there. So just make sure you follow that. And then I'll show the Dead to Me list. I added NBA for the rest of the year, and any Mariners pitchers are kind of dead to me right now. Those are the updates. I was going to take Rasmussen off, and then he failed me again, so he's staying on. So for now, this is the list. I'm eventually going to take Cat down because they did that mainly to troll Pat. I know that he failed them a couple times on double doubles, but he doesn't really belong on this list. Maybe we'll put Dern on there twice again.
Yeah, just back to back. Yeah, do that.
But I'll move on. So
twice.
I finished up 67.53 units on the month. Then was up 19.48. C Money 11.93. P King 6.6. And I don't know if you see this number here, but this number was 30 units like 4 days ago. So he made up 20 units in like 3 or 4 days. So look, it ended up, even though it was the lowest on this show, it was a huge comeback to say the least.
Thank you.
He was a couple bounces away from him, even, to be honest with you.
Absolutely.
So, overall, for the month, what were we up? Like over 100 units? I mean,
oh, yeah. Something like that, right?
Yeah, so it was close to 100 units, maybe 90 units as a whole.
It's like right around like 80 something. Yeah.
So, if you bet us all month and bet every bet on this show, you would have made a fair amount of money.
And I do want to just say really quick too, honestly, the reason why I was able to bounce back, 2 of the big bets that I hit were bets that were just made in conversation on the show. Yeah. So that's why you got to tune in. That's why you got to go follow us, maybe even throw on the notifications when we go live, which is usually pretty much every day, if not every day. There will be bets from Professor for sure. You might see my face in a video if we're not live. PD King drops his from time to time. So go follow us.
Definitely, if you want to see this mug shirtless over here, you might see it more often than not on there. There may or may not be several videos from yesterday on there.
I had to. I said it was my last call.
You did give it as the last call. I will say the last 2 ladder parlays we've bet, we smacked both of those.
Yeah.
Scenes and Ashcraft, and both of those.
That's what I'm saying. Both of those were made on the show.
Profitable. Yeah, they were hugely profitable.
Yeah.
Those that generate how we're able to bet so much, to be honest, when we hit those. So when you hear us throw up a ladder bet, that means we really, really like that pitcher for that day. I thought about doing one today with Soriano, but then I kind of scaled back. I was like, I feel like sometimes there's a trap game where they get exactly the number you expect them to get, and they just don't go past that.
Yeah.
This felt like a day where he's going to get 7 and then probably not go past that. So that's why I didn't want to chance it. But we don't really just throw the ladder bets out all that often willy-nilly. So you might get 1 a week. So I would definitely lock into those when we do those.
By the way, 230 bets on the month, only down 10 units. Not bad.
Yeah, I mean, look, and I don't know if anybody used to watch, but I never used to be near 117 bets.
Yeah, look at you.
I'm consistently over 100 parlays now, which is wild. But you know what? It's working. It's being profitable. So on the light days, I'll have 2. Busy days, I'll always have 3. But look, let's keep it going. Hopefully we can hit more today. And
you deserve a clap, my friend.
I appreciate it. But look, I ride the good with the bad. Sometimes it's just as bad as it is good. So you take 2 months when you get it and you appreciate them.
Follow number 2. You'll be fine.
That's right.
Exactly. That's all we got to say.
With that being said, chase that bag responsibly. We will see you all tomorrow. And as always, these are the hot tips for your bet slips.
Bang.
Yo, we in the game, talking number stakes high. Knowledge and skill, like a bird we fly. Analyzing stats, we don't just guess. Betting on the win, we're blessed. Just the bet slips, we keep it real. Breaking down the odds, the deal. Just the bet slips, we're making plays. Informed decisions, we light up the ways. Chasing that victory, hit the big score. Join the community, we're here for more. Rolling with the punches, we look for the signs. Parlays and props, counting all the coins. Every podcast episode, we bring the heat. Strategies laid out, can't accept defeat. Tune into the wisdom, hear our call. In this betting world, we'll never fall. Just the bet slips, we're making plays. Informed decisions, we light up the ways. Chasing that victory, hit the big score. Join the community, we're here for more. On this gambling journey, we ride the bet. With just the bet slips, you ain't seen nothing yet.